Well, howdy, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you live and in charge. A little sim racing action here presented by Go Racing Diecast. Go to GoRacingDiecast.com. Sim 500 action as they prepare for their weekly battle each and every Monday. They've got a Thursday night race happening right here. Of course, thank you to Go Racing Diecast for being a part of what we do over here, and of course the Sim 500 crew for knocking out some fast laps right now. They're out there getting ready for 100 lapper here today. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and all the fun that you would ever consider to be everything iRacing. Well, these guys have been doing it. We've called this league in the past, and it was a ton of fun then. I'm glad to be back and being able to do it. Folks, if you're out there and you're looking for the Signature Esports Truck Series, we're going to have that race uploaded. It was supposed to go live on Facebook, but because it couldn't go live on Facebook, something happened on the Facebook side of things for them to be able to connect to it. Because they couldn't, we wanted to make sure to let you know we're going to upload that race later. It's being recorded right now, and we'll upload it to Facebook and YouTube later. But we're live on all of our platforms, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and, of course, X out there as the drivers would get out there and have some qualifying time. They're going to see the grass. The track temperature, whatever they were out there running, was absolutely blistering, and it was getting hotter and hotter as they continued to progress. So I'm excited to see what these drivers are going to do throughout this, because now we're seeing the whole track has changed and we see a lot of cloud cover out there. So we'll check on that. Here's what the driver's going to be doing as they qualify for today's race. It is week 2. They ran a week last week. They're going to be week 2 this week. Las Vegas Motor Speedway. They're going to run 100 laps, 100% fuel. Sim500.com is where you can be a part of the Sim 500 experience. You can go to their website and check out how you're going to be able to sign up. No stages. They have 3 sets of tires. No fast repair, of course. It is a race that is going to be all about keeping the tires underneath you, because as I was watching these drivers put in the effort, put in the time, the race line seemed to get very free, and I was asking questions about how the car felt with the drivers, and they said after about 10 to 15 laps, a little bit sticky and a little bit snappy. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Really am. Of course, go to GoRacingDiecast.com. Get yourself set up with some diecast memorabilia. Charles does a phenomenal job with everything that is out there, and we love to see it. We love to see what products he's going to be on. It's a new NASCAR season, so why not get out there and get yourself a diecast of your favorite driver today. And not only does he have some of the newer diecast, but he has some legacy diecasts out there as well. Those things are, things that are hard to find, hard to come by. Check his website. I'm sure he's got something for you. Sim 500 Esports Racing League, week 2. We'll be underway in just a moment. Qualifying underway right now. As you see the 16, love the new paints, love what the drivers are putting in, and all the effort they've been able to do. Big special thank you to all the people who help keep Signature Esports afloat. That is, of course, Beef Jerky Unlimited, Dark Horizon Fishing, Mandarin Racing Chop Shop as well. So thank you to all the fine folks that are out there knocking it out of the park. I do have chats disabled right now because they're cross-platform when it comes to what's going to be showing, what's not going to be showing out there. So I want to make sure everybody knows that the chats on my end are going to be disabled for the time being. So much love to you. We appreciate you, and thank you to everything. Glad you can make another stream. Thank you to Chrome Coaster for being out there. Much love to you. But you can chat. I can't see your chats. I can see the alerts and all that stuff. But they shouldn't be popping up on the screen. But I will be able to see what you guys are doing, you folks are doing out there. So Kevin Stone, thank you for the share. John Fowler, thank you for the share as well. Thank you to Sim 500 for giving us a big share out there as well on Facebook. Pixelated Sim Sports, thank you very much as well. And of course, we shared it all to all of our groups and all the things that are out there. Thank you to all of you watching on YouTube. Make sure you reach up, hit that like button for me. It goes a long way to support the stream and support what these drivers are doing. This is going to be fast. It is going to be one thing that I remember from this series before is they like green flag runs. And Joey Gatna earlier said it best that they like to see the green flag runs. They like to see all the speed they can get, and they want to be able to get out there and be aggressive and be able to push and see what they can learn out of these cars to be able to give themselves the momentum for next week. That's or for the next race that's coming up here. So it's gonna be good, man. I am gonna enjoy this. It's gonna be a ton of fun. We are not only live on Facebook, but YouTube and Twitch. We're also live on X. We are at Real Sig Esports on Twitter. So go to twitter.com/@RealSigEsports, and you'll be able to check that out. Of course, check out the Sim 500 series, Go Racing Diecast, and all the fine folks to get out there and have some fun. Make sure that you see it on the bottom left, Mission 22 is the charity that we've been raising money for over the last couple of weeks. And I encourage you to get out there and go find out where Elderheart Inc. is. But also, if you're out there on Twitch, you can, instead of clicking the support or the subscribe button, there's a down arrow that you can change that from subscribe on our main page over to donate, and you can donate directly to them. We're very close to that. Joey, thank you for sharing the stream. Much love, sir. I appreciate you. These drivers are going to be fast. There is good to see Tyler Dalton back out there. We've got Callum Tony. We've got Beasley. Monahan's out there as well. Sigmund is going to be back in again. We've got Montesi. Joe Hudson's out there. Steve Ritter's out there. Wetzel's going to be out there as well. We have a lot of drivers out there. It's going to be great. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's going to be good. Let's see what these drivers are going to be doing, because I think we're ready. I think it's time. It is. It's Las Vegas. As everybody's going to get out there, they're going to get a little warm-up in. I do believe maybe take a couple of minutes, take a couple of seconds, maybe make an adjustment. Not quite sure what they might need to do here, because the adjustment's going to be, there's going to be things that they're possibly going to need to do here and figure some things out when it comes to the lap times. I don't know. It's going to be fun. Everybody jumping out there. Good to see you all rolling. I do like it, and I do enjoy what the race line is going to predict and just what these drivers are going to be able to do. We are look at some of the dashboard here. Driver's going to work on coming down to pit road, maybe practice coming to pit road, watch the entries as they get around each other. There's Hines, a 7. Ooh, baby, down across the grass. What do you guys think about iRacing coming up next Tuesday? There's a major update coming to iRacing, and that's going to include rain. So if you've not tuned into that, if you've not been keeping up on that, rain coming next Tuesday, and to select cars and select, of course, not only just select cars, but definitely some select tracks is what they're going to be looking at. That's at least what I was seeing. So long look at pit lane as the drivers start to load in and get things ready to rock and roll. There's a look at the pace car as every driver is ready to go. Jorgensen's going to have the first pole here on Signature Esports in week 2 for Goat Racing Diecast Cup Series presented by Sim 500. Wesley Donaldson's going to be your outside pole sitter. Wesley, very fast when we last saw him, and I will make sure to get those the starting grid a little bit darker for you. Tyler Dalton's going to have Anthony Calatoni, the 84, there to the outside in row number 2. Joey Woods, Joey Gatton is going to be there. row 3. Beasley and Coleman are going to make up row number 4. Daniel in a 55 is going to have the 04 to his outside. Nick Jobs will have Fowler at the 98 there in row number 6. Row 7 will be Nelson Rivera. Kevin Stone of the 17 is going to be there outside row 7. Brian Workman will have Montesi there in row 8. Quentin Carpenter, Joe Hudson there, row 9. Steve Ritter, Bobby Wetzel in row 10. 23 and a 96 are going to roll side by side in row 11. 7 of the 87 are going to be there in row 12. Row 13 will be Logan Quinn and Mike Mosley. 12, Stephen Hines, and I'm gonna have to ask Kevin how to say his name because I didn't ask that driver. So lots of good action here for everybody. Thank you to the Sim 500 Experience for coming on over here. These one of these big leagues that we love to keep track of and have been keeping track of course, because we do love Charles and what he does with the Goat Racing Diecast and that experience. Good to see everybody getting out there and putting some time in. Yeah, some beautiful looking cars out there. Of course, everybody knows that these next generation Cup cars have been a handful. Can be a handful, but they can produce some fantastic racing. We are going to have at it. It is that time. How about a green flag? Coming up at you. Restart zone. Going at it for 100 laps. '88 clears almost into the 91. 91 right there. Not quite. Turn 1 busy as the 19 of Tyler Dalton tries to clear the outside. He's going to have that run on the back straightaway. Turn 2 busy again as they go. Here, how about these drivers? Big push. Two by two back there around the 14. They get back to single file. Gatner rolling. It's a 55 in tow, 38 to the bottom side. Driver's already up a couple of spots. One driver that is off the spot's going to be Workman here to the 74 here to the bottom side. It's going to be off 6. Stigman off 3 right now. Trying to maybe collect and push himself forward. Tires right below that white line, which can be troublesome as you get around the front straightaway, especially on older tires. Big check up on the bottom, but going to be able to get into the corner. Running that bottom side. Stone's going to be there to the outside. 17 putting some time in as well. Kevin Stone up 1 there to the outside. Rolls the corner right in front of him, the 98 of John Fowler. Fowler, big push all the way down to the bottom. It's going to be able to run that split seam. Seams are great around here and give you timing, but the markers are going to be interesting. How about 3 wide for the lead? 19 of the 91. 91 clears the 88. 88 there as well. Fastest lap of the race just ran by Tyler Dalton, but I tell you what, Wesley Donaldson, big push. Clears as the draft comes into play. Jorgensen off 1, Donaldson up 1. Tyler Dalton able to clear. They were 3 wide for a moment. How about it now as the 28 of Doy Woods rolls the outside. 10 to the bottom. 4 of 100 being completed. Fast laps as they start to push. Battle for the lead once again. Donaldson and Jorgensen. Jorgensen clears 5 of 100. Donaldson to the bottom again. Galantoni on board the gyro cam as he gets into the corner, a little bit out of the throttle. You see an outside lane here. Just how close these drivers get. Two by two again, back from 4th on. Moynihan up 4. $55 there with the 19. 19 of Tyler Dalton off 1. Galantoni's going to be up 2. Galantoni the 84. Talking Giants on the bottom. Well, Nash Degar to the 88 for Jorgensen. 91 of Wesley Donaldson. Maybe trying to put on a long run race pace here. We'll see what the drivers are going to be looking at. Pit strategy somewhere around, if it runs green, somewhere between that 58 to 64 mark. That's pretty much the max fuel. I've seen 65 out of the cars throughout the week as we've gotten in and watched some drivers and helped calculate some fuel. But that is if you're really saving. And the speeds these drivers are running right now, fast lap 30.85, and now 31.1s on the average lap. The last lap time for each of the drivers. 14 of Gatna up to the high side. Oh, they're going around. Kevin Stone on the bottom side. No caution as iRacing handles the cautions, I do believe. Kevin Stone right here off the nose of a car. Be coming to pit road. This is on lap 9. Right here, we'll go to Kevin Stone here. 4 just up, gets to the back left rear quarter panel. The 4 was Montesi there. The 17 goes around. Unfortunate circumstances for him. Don't like to see that for any of the drivers. Here's what your drivers are throwing out there. Jorgensen and a Chevy. Chevys make up the top three. As Kevin had to jump to his pits, couldn't make it all the way down. That car destroyed. One hand in a Toyota. First Toyota inside the top 10. Next one would be Coleman. Chad Coleman back here right there with the 22 of Rivera. A couple of Fords up there inside the top 10. About 5 of them, it does look like. So we're going to see 3 Chevys, 2 Toyotas, 5 Fords. And a slew of Chevys behind. Doy Woods, one of those drivers, as they would carry and move forward. The nose cam of Woods. Off 5 from the start of the race. Best lap 39.42. Last lap 31.28. As they work 12 of 100. Jorgensen out front. Best lap 30.956. Last lap 31.269. Some of the drivers actually catching up here just a little bit. As we'll see just where these drivers are going to be able to produce all of the effort all the time. They run down to the back straightaway. 13 of 100. 3/10 of a second, almost 4/10 of a second difference here from Calantoni. 84 up 2. About Moynihan, and the 55 is going to be up 6. Biggest movers of the race still yet to press the top 15. Stephen Hines battling here. It's going to be up. Was up 7, now up 6. As the 7 looks at Bobby Wetzel in front of him. Wetzel going back around. Wetzel. Hines. Benepace. The Toyota has a good look about him. Still able to carry the bottom side. Not utilizing all of the race line there. That's interesting. Here's the right front on board of Kevin. Second lane out of the throttle. Pushing out. It's up there side by side. Jorgensen, the 60-29 I-rated driver. The 88 on pole, back out front. 4/10 of a second difference. How about the 36-81 I-rated driver of Calantoni? Good run going for him so far. As each one of the drivers put in the effort. Let's check through the field, see where the battles are. Ryan Workman back here off 6 of 74. Still has a little bit of pace to give. He has Jason Casper behind the number 23 WD Diecast Chevy. There's Joe Hudson back here, little Bommarito Chevy.com. Bommarito.com. Bommarito is just a family name around the Lake of the Ozarks here as well. So if you haven't checked out Bommarito, it's going to be a good person to do it. Oh, 98 up on the wall there. It's John Fowler. Looks to be fine. No, it looked like that was the 98. I do believe it was. It was a 95. Yeah, there's a 95 of Logan Quinn. Quinn back here. Another WD Diecast car. Like the eSports team. Actually, it's Jason Casper. He's got the 98 on his paint scheme, but he's the 23 on the relative there, folks. So many apologies about that. Joe Hudson, the 043. I clicked on the 98 thinking that was the 98, but John Fowler's up in 12. That's Bucky's 98. Montesi up 6. Doy Woods right behind. Montesi, that little bit of contact with Kevin there forced the issue. Kevin Stone now sitting on pit road, getting the car looked at, maybe checking on the infield care center, making sure that front bumper is going to get back on that car. 88 4/10 of a second lead over Calantoni. Donaldson in third. Battle for the lead, working on it. Wesley Donaldson back trying to close down the race pace. Clean Air doing very nicely for Jorgensen here. Every one of the drivers go to look. 20 of 100. Some 500 presented by yours truly. My name's Jason with Signature Esports. If you haven't tuned in before, then you have missed some good iRacing content of the course almost last 4 years. We welcome all the new folks out there. Much love to you. I appreciate you, of course, and always. Thank you to iRacing for the platform for sim racing. Make sure you go out there and you use the opportunity to sign up for the simulator today, because there's a lot of changes coming up in the next couple of weeks. That iRacing is, they're adding cars. Not only they're adding cars, but they are adding opportunities to try new things like the rain that is being we've already had dirt physics, we've already had track physics that have changed, but now they're adding rain to a lot of the road courses. Whoa, somebody free back here. It looks like the 98 of John Fowler actually did get free there, so he did lose a couple of spots. He lost 3. Casper off the, I'm not Fowler, Casper got a little bit free. There is Jason Casper. Those 98s are throwing me off there. Here's what happened. It's free off the corner. Ooh, gets into the grass, able to save it just fine. Gets back up and running. 98 rolling. Back it again. 23 of 100. Jorgensen again out front. And you wish your race had been a rough week for you. Let's go NC811 Motorsports. Love it. You're in your first one, Dean. Much love, man. Good deal. Good deal. Alan, I look forward to seeing you get out here, brother. I look forward to seeing you get out here. A long time, and much love to you. Jorgensen, Donaldson, Calantoni, and Donaldson side by side. The battle for second heats up. 84-91. Joey again, thank you very much. All the love and the shares out there. Thank you to all the folks watching on Twitter and on Twitch and on YouTube. You're only killing it. Again, check out the Simma500.com. That is where you're going to be able to be a part of this league and join the Goat Racing Diecast Cup Series presented by the Sim500 Esports Racing League. Absolutely a phenomenal opportunity to get out there and join some of these drivers and enjoy the good things that they do with racing. How about Stephen Hines coming to pit road? John Fowler coming to pit road as well. Jorgensen still cleared. The 84 to the 91, both within a throwing distance of Jorgensen there. Then the moment they went side by side was the moment that they just lost a ton of ground there. So we'll see if that is going to be another. That's a whole different look. You think about where these drivers try to make the passes, and if they can make the passes, because right now Donaldson and Dalton about to have a little battle as the 19 goes to the outside, trying to push the outside, get to the back quarter panel. If he can pull the air off the car, that is a whole different ball of wax. 91 up to deliver the block and taking the air off the 19. We'll see. Another WD Diecast teammate Chad Coleman back right here in that 5th spot. Coleman going to be able to run the bottom side. We'll see if he's going to be able to run the 19 and the 91 together. 19 to make a pass. Tyler Dalton clears the 91. Donaldson back to 4th. Richard Beasley right here holding tough right there, the number 10 car. Fowler jumping to the pit road. John having a situation there. 98 out of the race with the current momentum. Jorgensen, Calantoni, Tyler Dalton, your top 3. Wesley Donaldson back to 4th. Chad Coleman holding on to 5th here in that number 38. Rivera is going to be right behind in that 22. LaRue 22, like it. Again, Beasley having a great day so far. Montesi's going to be up 8 as the drivers work on, again, that long run race pace. How about the 87? 87 will be there to the outside of Hudson, trying to battle for that top 8 spot right now. And a couple of drivers work around him. Right in front of him is going to be Hudson. Joe Hudson clears as they rook the corner. 43 down to the bottom. Clears the middle lane, down end, carrying his speed. A little bit of front nose damage right there on that left front quarter panel of the 43. Maybe just a little touch and go moment he had earlier. All good things. How about Jerry Livingston? Going to work side by side. The 96 down to the bottom, trying to make the pass. There is the 96. Livingston there to clear. Is going to be able to clear right here. As the 87 will go back one more spot as Montesi now solidifies himself into the biggest boot of the race. 31 of 100. Jorgensen out front. Green flag pit stops are going to be important. How about the draft now as the battle for the lead heats up? As we'll see these two go at it. With the rearview mirror down to Calantoni right here. We'll see what the difference is on the race line. 84 closing in. Tyler, whoa, a little free. Heard it, saw it. A little free on corner exit. 88, but he carries, able to carry into the corner. Here's Tyler Dalton, both drivers free. 19 to the bottom, Dalton, full sanding. 88 up on the high side. 84, free off corner. Jorgensen, Galantoni, Dalton, now the top 3 within a throwing distance. Half second separates the top 5. Almost 6/10 of a second separating the top 5. Chad Coleman back here ready to pounce. Here's what he sees in front of him. '88 to deliver. 84 now gets the outside lane on the 88 up near the wall. Little wall tap. Nothing doing. He's fine. 91 goes back. Now dirty air on the front nose of the 88. Top 5. Top 6. All now right there. Here comes the 7th place car. Richard Beasley. Beasley to the bottom. Natural lane. These two look to put in the effort as well. On board the Ford. 84 out front. Jorgensen back to 3rd. Now the drivers are starting to find some different looks, some different lines. And Wesley Donaldson now on the back bumper with the 84. Falcon Giants. Chevy down to the bottom. Alex, thank you for the like, sir. Brad Dove, thank you for the like as well. Thank you for the share, Alex. Much love to you. Appreciate you. Chad Coleman to the top. Down to the bottom, working the bottom of the corner. 88 there on the back bumper as well. 38, 88, 19. Beasley now in tow as well. Ready to take a spot if he needs to. Nelson Rivera up one more as well. Montesi closing in as well. Good race line so far. Great racing. Only a couple of incidents, but no cautions for the drivers. Side by side once again here for the lead as the 91 will try to take the line away for the 84. We looked at the weather before. I didn't talk about it as much. 91 off the top. Donaldson will lead again here on the long run. Chad Coleman on the move as well. Here comes the 38. 88 there as well. Second lane working for both of these drivers. 88 right there. If it fits, it sits. 3 wide corner exit on turn 2. Hines to the bottom. Hines giving up the race line's going to let him have at it. Going to work. That's what he saw. Monahan coming around the corner. He's going to be the next driver that puts... I like that Cinnamon Toast Crunch card. I'm just saying, whoever made that, Dan, that's pretty cool. Donaldson to try to clear. Coleman back to second. And once Wesley got all that clean air on him. He's going to start stepping out, and that's what we're seeing. Jorgensen back to fifth. Beasley gets around on the outside. They were 2 and 3 wide there for a couple of laps now. 2 wide here on corner exit. Jorgensen and clean air worked out to the advantage. Now maybe settle the tires down. A lot of battling. We're going to be about 20 laps away from from a green flag pit stop, somewhere around that mark. And a lot of the drivers still putting the effort in. Holy cow. It is going. Ooh, somebody blink. Don't blink. No. Yep, that's what we saw. Donaldson, Coleman, Dalton, Beasley, and Jorgensen. Your top 5. Alex, did you get out and run the Bristol race? How did that work out? Nelson Rivera in the 22. Big push into the corner. Drops down to the bottom. Trying to get around the 88. Maybe try to take some of that lane. I tell you what, it's working for both of these drivers. Calantoni, who was out front, a little bit of clean air, did great. Now off 3, has to push back forward. Now 2 seconds separate the 91 and the 84. Stephen Hines coming to pit road. There's the 4 of Montesi. Mike has a good look to the race line. It's every one of these drivers coming around. You see some drivers dipping down a pit road. It's going to be Daniel Monahan. Seeing different looks coming off of somebody free off the corner there. Just wanted to look at how drivers were exiting the corner there. That's the start-finish line here. Montesi in 8th, trying to track down 4/10 of a second here to the 84. He crossed the start-finish line here. Doy Woods off 6 as Steve Ritter's your biggest mover of the race right now. There's the 16. Been quietly moving his way forward again. Joey Gatton is going to be up here in the 14. A little Chesterton Ford and Mustang action. Leaf guard on the bottom for the 16. Good paint schemes, good looking paint schemes for all the drivers. About Bobby Wetzel back here, the 9. He was trying to ride a little while ago, and Wetzel here is up 8, so still trying to move forward a little bit more. Inside the top 10 is going to be Steve Ritter. It's going to be up 10. Calantoni, the driver, he is tracking down. Montesi is going to be in that 4 spot, or that in that 7 spot. Up 9 now. Nelson Rivera and the 22 putting together a long run as well. 88 of Jorgensen with a little bit of dirty air on his nose. Learning all that he can here, 44 of 100. Donaldson out front. Dalton's going to be in 2nd. Coleman 3rd. Rivera, Jorgensen, your top 5. How about Nick Jobs? He's working his way. I like this car. I was watching his car in practice. It's a good-looking car. It is Job's Wealth Strategies, I think is what it says on there. Good-looking car. There's a 43. I want to check in on all of our drivers. This is the 96 of Jerry Livingston's going to be up 7. Doug Sigmund's going to be off 6 in the 04. But the Pro Systems Chevy still not done with what he has got. Brian Workman back here, the 74. Put a little 811 to... A little 811 on the car and giving some big pushes out of this one. Like to see it. A little free off the corner. He's doing all right, though. Going to be off, too, but he's got some time. There's a lot of time left in this racetrack. This could be one of them. And I think it's across most states, folks. I know they've got the NC811.org up there, but before you dig, call 811. Let them come out and mark it. And if you don't, be very dangerous. It could save a life. I call it 811, so make sure you go check. Make sure you go do that. It's important, very important. 46 of 100. Tyler Dalton still trying to play catch up here to Wesley Donaldson. Donaldson has turned on the speed. Nick Jobs coming to pit road. First driver to come down pit road, just outside the top 10. We're seeing maybe some strategy coming into play. Lots of things can happen. anything can happen. A race is never over until that checkered flag waves there. 87 in on pit road as well. Stephen Hines still getting that 7 work done. A little Black Rifle Coffee action there. 91 will give him a little extra. 48 of 100. I wonder if we look at the fall off now. The fall off's about 1.6 seconds for most of the drivers. Hudson, Livingston off the track here. Livingston on the bottom side. 43 is off as well. Hudson back here. Here's what happened. 43 just free across the nose of the 96. No caution because they're off the racing surface. They wreck to the inside. They get back up to speed, so no caution here. '91 rolling, 96 back. There's the 43. 43 is going to go another lap down here. As new tires will work. Joe Hudson. There to the back bumper of your race leader. As Wesley Donaldson will start to increase that gap. Casper coming to pit road. Livingston back to pit road to get the car worked on. Casper leaving pit road now, as we'll see what happens. Stephen Hines able to get the car worked on and get it fixed. Steven's going to be leaving pit road here. 5 minutes of damage. And able to get it taken care of. So we'll see how the car drives for him, because this is something that these drivers will have to do. Rivera, Jorgensen, Coleman coming to pit road. Pitting about halfway might be the strategy here. Do you force the hand of Wesley Donaldson, or do you get out there and some time? Yeah, I was going to say, Donaldson coming to pit road. Montesi will stay out here and will take over the lead. Joey Woods, Bobby Wetzel, all still out there. As Donaldson, Dalton, Beasley, Calantoni, Ritter comes down pit road as well. You get Gatna in on pit road as the drivers look to close in. And here's the onboard. They do. That's exactly what happened. Onboard of the number 4. What about an idea to just pit halfway and see what you can do? We're at lap 52 of 100. Ford coming up pit road. Does Bobby lead? Score some points. That's what he's going to do. Wetzel's going to be there, the 9. Right in front of him. There's a few drivers coming off pit roads. Gatton's coming off pit road here. All the drivers, we're going to see 5 drivers on the lead lap right now, but Doy Woods in on pit road. Montesi's going to be on pit road as well. Wetzel, Brian Workman still out there. This would be an opportunity if a caution were to come out here. It would only benefit the 9. We'll see how long he's going to run. He's had the long run race pace so far. And you'll see 3 drivers still needing to come to pit road. Wetzel's up 19 spots. Workman up 13. He's going to come to pit road. As Wesley Donaldson will definitely take back over that top spot if he can. But Brian Workman will come around. He's still in the lead lap. 16 seconds here. As now a few drivers getting those spots back. So Wetzel will be on pit road. Brian Workman can get credit for a lap led here if he can take it. There he is. He's going to get credit for a lap led here. 54 laps. Workman. Bobby Wetzel in on pit road. Workman still completing his 54th lap. Be 55 this time by. Oh, Joe Hudson and the 043. Going to play catch up to the 74. Hudson came on, has yet to come in. He said, showing me he's yet to come in. Still holding on to what he has. Rivera came in on lap 50. Jorgensen came in on lap 50 as well. Wesley Donaldson was able to time that restart. It's going to be right behind Mark Jorgensen here. Mark was last of the field early. I think he's going to be able to hold on to that car. 043 of Joe Hudson. Whoa, baby. They will get slideways a little bit there as the 043 with that nose damage, just not able to hold on to it. Hudson still needs to come to pit road. Brian Workman coming to pit road now after leading some laps. Hudson still needs it. Nelson Rivera will be your race leader now. So 22. Even on lap 50, has a 6/10 of a second lead over Jorgensen and the 91 of Donaldson. Chad Coleman, closest he's been in a hot minute, right there. Everybody to check in on Tyler Dalton. Had a speeding penalty. Coming to pit road. Or had a penalty coming in. He's got some right front damage now. It looked like he had a penalty because he was on pit road for exactly 52 seconds. So he was up there inside the top 5. Now some right front damage. Casper having an issue. Right here. The 43 there. 43 up and out. Oh, just gets into the 98. Sideways. Oh, and they are wrecked to the bottom. There's such a big infield here. But the drivers keep digging around. Joe Hudson now coming to pit road. He's tied off the corner. Casper jumping to pit road. Nelson Rivera out front is your race leader. 59 to 100. Overhead look at what the back straightaway is. Here's the 22. Jorgensen in tow, 6/10 of a second lead. We watched what Wesley Donaldson could do earlier. Wesley Donaldson back here in that third spot as the race leader. Climbs across the start-finish line. You see by the bottom left of your screen there. Right behind Chad Coleman. Coleman came it on 50. Donaldson it on 51. On Tasty came it on 52. Has a lot of room to make up. Right now, 16 drivers on the lead lap. This race line ever improving. Couple of cautions, nothing big. Sim 500 Esports Racing League. Go to sim500.com to be a part of this league as well. Make sure that you check out the Go Racing at Diecast.com. Get yourself a Diecast today. One of the things that I will always give a shout out to, and I think Wes is the one that does it. I think Wes is the one that will do custom Diecast. So if you buy your blank from Goat, I believe Wes might talk about it. You can send. I haven't had a blank. You can send. You can buy a donor from Goat. Send the donor off to Wes. So you can do a custom of yours of your car. And we'll knock it out of the park. So I'd love to see it. Love to see what happens there. Wes was talking about that last time we called this series, and I still need to get with him and maybe send him one of mine. I don't know. Montesi runs his fastest lap of the race, 30.97. There is Steve Ritter up 11. Your biggest move of the race is still Nelson Rivera, who leapfrogged the field and is up 12, 63 laps in. Full swing, full momentum. $64 100. Big push. Big push. All right, folks. Need to grab a quick drink real quick. I will be right back in about 30 or 40 seconds. Brad, thank you very much again. Thank you to all the fine folks who followed us on X as well. Twitter, whatever you want to call it. You can also follow us on TikTok. That's one of the things that I keep forgetting to say. Make sure you go follow me on TikTok, folks. It's important. You know why it's important? Because you guys are awesome. Looking over the roof cam of the 22 of Rivera here. One of the things that I see on this this racetrack is the ability to save and push later. Right now, there's the 04 in front of these drivers. The 04, I believe, would be Doug Sigmund. He's going to be a natural lap here. As they all come to pit road, he came it on 51, so a natural lap down happening here. Maybe just try to, I don't know if he's trying to protect or if he's going to try to pull, but a little bit of dirty air can hurt a lot of drivers or help a lot of drivers. We'll see. Jorgensen down to the bottom. Still follows suit with the 22. Top three all within the throwing distance of each other. Coleman in a 38, ready to push forward. 69 laps in as Beasley still inside in. Now, here's a big thing about the 10 here. The 10's been putting some time in. How about Montesi? Montesi there to clear the 10. 10 crosses over, 87 up high. Is Kevin back here in the 87. That Toyota looking pretty dang snazzy. I do like that DeWalt paint scheme. It's a good looking paint scheme right there. 7 up high. There's the 84 to the bottom. A lot of traffic all intermingled here, whether it's lapped or unlapped. There's the 7 just trying to get that. Steven Hines up there. Hines is getting a lot of extra practice in for this car just in case he has something happen. Right now, he's been able to make up some spots because of it. He's up 1 from the start of the race, but had to deal with about 5 minutes of damage. And is up there just competing right now, just trying to do what he can. Rivera still out front, quarter second to he and Jorgensen. As they get around a little bit of lap traffic, there's Wesley Donaldson there looking for that long run race pace to try to find himself in that big push. Tony, what do you say, man? Good to see you out there, sir. Mr. Tony Martin. 88, 91. 91 looking to try to get back to the back bumper here. Maybe try to slide to the outside. We'll see. 88 closes down to the bottom side. 91. Ooh, a little free for the 91, but he's going to carry speed here. That left front got below the apron. I saw a little bit of a wiggle out of the left rear. 87 coming to pit road. Rivera still leads here, 72 of 100. Donaldson trying to make the pass. Donaldson to the bottom side. .88 in tow. Jorgensen, your pole sitter. Donaldson, your outside pole sitter. As the speed will start to look at what that line. Tell you what, Donaldson, very good. I remember him from the last season that we called for the Goat Racing Diecast Cup Series. And one of the things that I saw was that Donaldson was very good on the long haul. Chad Coleman, very good as well. Any one of these drivers able to do so. How about Montesi, though? He had a little bit of nose contact earlier with a driver and kind of made a mistake, but he's been able to rebound 3.9 seconds. The difference is Beasley is going to be up 1. Rich was off about 3 earlier. He's been holding around and held around the 7th spot for the longest time. Now it's going to be up one more. I see Montesi go places. That Dark Horse Ford looking pretty darn fantastic here as these drivers still work. Here's your battle box for Montesi and Rich Beasley. Everybody rolling. Donaldson now out front, trying to make the pass on the outside for the 22. Wesley Donaldson holding on to what he has. 24 laps to go, presented by 7500.com. Go check him out if you want to be a part of the league. Donaldson makes the pass, clears the 22, but Rivera's still there. Jorgensen back to third. Chad Coleman in fourth. Montesi's going to be in fifth. How about Steve Ritter on the move? 16 rolling into the corner. Doing a phenomenal job here. And putting in all the effort. Phenomenal run for the 16. Wesley Donaldson out front. Ooh, little skid for the driver on the bottom. Well, I don't know who that was. It didn't show me. I tell you what. These drivers putting in the effort. Lots of extra effort here. Nelson Rivera. In second, big push. He's still there. He's not done. He came in and short pitted only a lap. So did Jorgensen. And both of these drivers are still hanging up here. Inside the top three. 21 laps to go. Donaldson still has his hands full. All of these drivers giving a great look at what this speed is all about. 88 to the outside of the 22. '88 second lane. 0.3 of a second now as Wesley Donaldson tries to close in on securing a win here. 20 laps to go. Needs the advantage, and right now you see there is Chad Coleman sits in fourth. Rivera, Jorgensen side by side. Good battle for second. A little free for the 22. You saw the snap on the wheel, but able to still carry speed. He's going to slide up right behind Jorgensen. Jorgensen, little wall tap there. Looks fine though. Nothing. It looked like he just got a little bit into the wall. Not even that big of a deal as they try to play catch up to Wesley Donaldson here. Montesi's going to be in fifth. There's the 11 spots gain here for the 4. Beasley still in tow, but right behind him, Steve Ritter. Ritter trying to be the biggest mover of the race and do so in style. Bobby Wetzel is going to be up 9, has the 19 behind. Tyler Dalton still trying to rebound. He would be the first car one lap down. If he can get around and play catch up to Carpenter here. Carpenter is got a little bit of time right behind Brian Workman. About a half a straightaway away in the 74, 1.2 seconds in closing. Sigmund's going to be about the same or equal distance here as the 04 pushes out of the lane. So a couple of drivers a lap or so down. Still battling for a lucky dog spot just in case something would happen. But that right front damage on the 19. That car looks like it hit the wrong side of a telephone pole. 11 drivers on the lead lap. Sorry, 12 drivers on the lead lap. Here's the 25 of Jobs. Nick Jobs came in on 46. Bobby Wetzel came in on 54. And is catching Doy Woods here. Can gain one more spot if he would to catch him and I mean, he could send it here. The 9 in a good spot. Wesley Donaldson out front. 0.3 of a second lead over Jorgensen. Nelson Rivera in third. Chad Coleman 2.9 back as the 4 of Montesi. 4 to the bottom. 38 there to the outside. 21 in tow as well. Quentin Carpenter saying, excuse me, I've got some positions to battle with here. The 21 will be there to the back bumper of the 4. Carpenter in 13th. First driver off the lead lap. Rich Beasley sees where he can strike as well. Steve Ritter right there as well. 5.9 back from your leader. But everybody playing catch up. Donaldson, 0.2 of a second lead now as the 88 closes in the distance. Mark Jorgensen right behind. $14 to go. About Nelson Rivera, he is trying something different. He says, I'm going to move up to the high line. I want to do something here. Donaldson way up on the high side here, flirting with the throttle. Here's that out of the 22. Wesley Donaldson, 15/100ths of a second. Almost 0.2. Gets hit a 2 and 3, 88. Natural line, trying to work it here. Donaldson with 13 laps to go. Sees Jorgensen getting tow here. He's going to be able to carry straightaway speed, but Jorgensen, the moment that he slipped up into that slipstream, it looked like he pulled the air off of the car, off of the 91, and drew him back. And Jorgensen carried speed into the corner. Now that draft actually working to the advantage of the 88. Can the 91 hold on to it? 91-88, second lane, dirty air down to the bottom. 91 will carry second lane speed off the corner. Jorgensen right in tow. And one of the, I tell you what, the entry of the 91, he's carrying more speed into the corner, but the 88 has closing speed on the exit and is able to really, really keep up with him. Donaldson able to get into the corner a lot harder than the 88. And the 88 really putting in the time, putting in the energy. There's that battle box one more time. Bottom right of your screen, Donaldson and Jorgensen. Both drivers putting in time here. Montesi, it's around Chad Coleman. Up to fourth, up 12. Steve Ritter right there as well. Yeah, trying to move forward as well. He's got Calantoni behind him. There's little battles everywhere, and then the battle for the lead is as such. Oh, baby. That's about as side drafty as you get. 91's going to be able to carry 88 side by side. 88 gives some space there. He gave a lot more space on the exit. Tell you what, 88 able to hold on. 91 there as well. 91 way up the race line. And Jorgensen will have to try to find a way. It took him 5 laps to set that one up, and the door slams on him with a lap with one fail swoop to try to pass here. Donaldson delivering a great defense, but the best defense is a great offense, and a great offense is the best defense. And these two are putting on a show. Rivera is going to be in third. How about the 88 here? That's what I talked about, the 88 carrying closing speed. 91 back to the outside. Side by side, Jorgensen with the lead at the line. Into the corner they go. 91 rules the mid lane. 88 to the bottom. 91 should be able to close and carry that momentum. Is going to be able to do so. 88 gives the race line. Not clear yet for Jorgensen. Mark and Wesley putting on a show here as the 88 carries speed at a 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are the line for, I don't know. It just seems like the 88 does a better job of managing 3 and 4, but Donaldson able to carry the high line here. As Donaldson will roll way up the race line. Very much aware of where the 88 is. 88, 91 back into the throttle. Here comes the 22. And Rivera says, you guys keep duking it out. I'm just gonna save some stuff here. And now, if there wasn't one, now there's 3. Montesi in 4th. Coleman back here. Beasley, quarter second off of the 38. Coleman taps the wall. 6 laps to go. Bumper to bumper action here. Now it's the 91. Tries to have a little extra pressure. Jorgensen out of the corner. Ooh, almost went to the outside. 91. Keeping the lane free. 88, 91, 22. Rivera doing a heck of a job here. Chad Coleman and Beasley playing catch up to Montesi here with 5 laps to go. Steve Ritter up 12. I'd like to see one more spot. Bobby Wetzel inside the top 10. Kellen Tony still in tow. Doy Woods right there to the outside. Doy came in on 52. Wetzel's going to be in that 9 spot up 11. Gatna's going to be off 2, but he is still working a top 10 night. And right now, 5 make it 4 laps to go. They get around. Oh, 91 up high. Jorgensen down low. 88, I don't know if he got free, but he gave up some time there. Donaldson, Jorgensen, Rivera to the bottom. 4 laps to go. Oh, 88 in the wall. Rivera to the bottom. Rivera clears. He's been able to save, and I tell you what, Jorgensen put up a heck of a fight. One heck of a fight there for the 88. A little free for the 22. Wesley Donaldson can be smooth sailing. Can he put together 3 perfect laps as Jorgensen battles Rivera behind? And now the battles between these two will allow Wesley Donaldson to smooth sail away. Rivera up 10. And a great pit strategy for the 22. I would like to have seen what would have happened there with that driver had he had, 88 free on the bottom. Jorgensen saves it. Rivera back to second. 3/4 of a second there. Mark holding on to everything he has. 2 laps to go. Wesley Donaldson put up a great defense here as Rivera will be in tow. 3/4 of a second. Goat Racing Diecast Cup Series presents your white flag. Final lap here in Las Vegas. What a race this has been. A good race for the first one here on our platform. I know it's the second race overall for their season, their young season, but a great time nonetheless. Rivera trying to close it just a little bit more, able to keep up with Donaldson, able to hold on. Jorgensen put up a very tough battle there. The top 3 rolling. Gatna still there. How about Montesi and Beasley putting up a good time? But Wesley Donaldson going to come around and knock it out of the park. He's going to have the victory here. Wesley Donaldson, WD Diecast. Kicking butt and taking names. Yeah. Wesley will go and burn it down here. All right, they better down. I'm fixing something here, folks. Do apologize about that. Great little run they had there. Congratulations to Wesley Donaldson on what they. I mean, what a run! It was a ton of fun. Here's your race results, and absolutely a great time here for all the drivers. Wesley Donaldson gets the victory here over Nelson Rivera. Rivera, top class, great pit stop. Got himself up into the right spot there, up 11. Jorgensen, great battle there for the pole sitter. He's only going to be off 2, but definitely probably learned a lot. I would definitely say there. Montesi, Beasley, Coleman, Ritter, Gatna, Wetzel, Woods, your top 10. Calatoni's going to be there in 11th. Jobs, Carpenter, Workman, Dalton, Sigmund, really putting on a great show. Top from 13th to 16th. First drive, those drivers all battling for that lucky dog spot, just in case something happens at the end. But this league likes to run green, and that's pretty much what we saw. Kevin finishes 2 laps down. Livingston again. That 18th spot's going to be 4 laps down. We'll move down to the rest of the field. Much love. Thank you to Mike for being out there. Kevin Stone had early issues, but able to carry it forward. So great run for him. And a ton of fun on my end. Hopefully it was a ton of fun on your end. Let's talk to these drivers though, because it was a ton of fun. It was a ton of fun. We'll see if these guys are ready to go. Oh man. Toyota for the win, says there. That's what's up, Went. How did the race go, man? Was the race good? Hopefully the drivers. I don't like dragging them out of the room. Want to make sure we're gonna go. We try to talk to him in Discord. Here he is. Talk to that race winner, Mr. Wesley Donaldson. Long time no talk, but back to your winning ways. Tell me about this one, man. It looked like you had to just kind of save a little bit in that first stint and manage the defense here toward the end of it.
Yeah, I knew we were probably going to have a good long run on our hands if the caution didn't come out there. He had to go at least 50 laps or so. So I felt like I did a good job that first run saving tires. Was aided a little bit by them getting kind of clogged up behind me once I got to the lead. But that second run there, I knew Nelson and Mark were running a bit harder there when I came out of the pits than what I really wanted to be running. I kind of got behind him and just rode for a bit. But man, I didn't know Mark would have that much tires left after how hard they seemed to be driving in the beginning of that run. But he really he really put the pressure on me for about 10-15 laps there.
I thought there for a moment, I was like, he's been. It was 3 and 4 that it seemed like he just carried a good exit. You were able to get into, and I just kind of watching the relative. You were able to get into the corner a little heavier, but he seemed to outbrake and close the distance somewhere on the exit. Was it just the line, or what was the I don't know. What did you see and have to adjust there to be able to make sure that he stayed behind you?
Well, I knew it was going to be important to keep the top. He might have had a little bit better tires than me, even at kind of that point in the run. But I knew I couldn't give up the top, so I just planted myself up there. And just as long as I didn't let him get clear, I knew I'd probably be okay. I left fuel out of it, kind of unintentionally. I meant to put a little bit more fuel in it than I did pitting. It made me kind of tight on entry. So it helped some of the looseness, but then it was just a little bit too tight for my liking. But I think that was why he was kind of gaining on me a lot, because in mid corner I just couldn't get back to the throttle quite as early as I could in that first run. But I mean, just having the top there was the most important part at the end of the day.
You knocked it out of the park, man. Always a pleasure. Congratulations. I know it's week 2 for you guys. It's week 1 for me with you. Back at it again. Tell people about what you do, and it's your time for shout-outs, man. You got a victory here today.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everybody at Sim 500, all the other admins, everybody who puts on these shows. Thanks to Goat Racing Diecast for sponsoring the series. Thanks to you for coming on to broadcast. It's nice to see you back, and look forward to go back and watching all these races too. And then shout out to my Instagram page, WBD Diecast, where I make custom diecasts for real life paint schemes and iRacing paint schemes for 124 scale and 164 scale diecasts.
And then they can go to Goat Racing Diecast to buy the donor and then send it
I
out to you.
Exactly.
We gotta
I
get
forgot
back
the
in
little.
we gotta get back into the flow here. I mean, it's only been a month and a half, 2 months. Come on now, we gotta.
I know, what is it, like 20? It's like 20 or 25% or something.
25%,
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought about that ahead of time. I'm like, I don't remember exactly what it is, but I feel like I need to start remembering that again.
Well, as long as we're here, promo code signature, save 25%, and send it off to Wesley. He'll make your sim car look like a real car.
There you go.
I like it. All right, brother. We'll see you next week. Congratulations, of course, and good luck on Monday.
All right, thank you.
That's Wesley Donaldson with the victory here today. Let's talk to your P2 finisher, Mr. Jorgensen. Mark, dude, what a run you had. Actually, I'm sorry, you finished third according to the relative, so I'm sorry. But, dude, what a run you had. I was like, oh, you got the pole. Not only did you put up a good fight there, you pitted at the right time. It seemed like you had the momentum on the inside, able to get out of 4. I mean, I watched the closing distance on 3 and 4, and he said he kind of left a little bit out of it, and then, but yeah, like 3 and 4 was there. Just toward the end, it just seemed like just getting free.
Yeah. So I got to start off by saying, man, I wore a long sleeve flannel to do this race, and that was not the right move. I mean, whenever I get done with this interview, I'm gonna have to go take me a shower. But no, so obviously the car builds really, really loose. I mean, for the first couple laps, I mean, it's all gripped up, but I mean, you got to be disciplined to baby it. The first few laps of the run is what sets the tone for the last part of the run. And I thought I was doing a pretty good job saving at the early going of the race. And Montesi, I mean, he was just sticking with me, man. I just kept on paying attention to that mirror, like, man, I'm not gapping this guy. And obviously towards the end of that first run, obviously, we burned up our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like once the car got in front of you, it helped, tightened it up just a little bit through 3 and 4. And, I was able to gain a few spots back. But no, I really didn't plan on pitting that lap. I was actually going to go another one. And I heard Chad say that he was pitting. And I looked down right quick. I was like, man, this would be the perfect time to pit. Maybe I can leapfrog some of these guys, which I did. It was great. And I was shocked, so whenever Wesley blew by all of us that first run, I was kind of just paying attention to what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I started adapting that, on that second run. And man, it just worked out pretty good, man. I was able to stay with him. I felt like I had him covered in 1 and 2. I'd kind of get on that brake a good little bit to get the car to rotate, and I'd gas it up, well before the center. And I mean, by the time we was exiting 2, I'd be on his back bumper. And that high line in 3 and 4 is amazing. And
right.
I tried, but I felt like if I went a little bit too much harder, I was going to just wipe me and Nelson. I think Nelson ended up getting me for second. But man, that was just so much fun. It was a blast.
Tell you what, these guys behind you were trying to catch up to you, but I talked about the importance of the pit lamp earlier, and I was like, are they gonna split it up in half? Is anybody gonna run longer? And you guys, I mean, you're like right on cue with that halfway mark, 50, 51.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you can run somewhere between 58 to 64 laps, depending on how much you save, depending on what you can do. But but just seeing the speeds that you guys were carrying in comparison to what everybody else was doing too, I was like, no, they're still, at that particular point, you're begging for some kind of grip. But even so, when you got back out into the traffic, there was still a lot that the car still could deliver in dirty air.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to say that I saw with some of the lap traffic how it affected where your race line was right out of the out of the gate. It seemed like that you kind of just had to. You were talking about babying it or having to take care of it. It seemed like you had to do that as well very early on. Wes said that it felt like you guys were running like extremely hard there on that second half. What was going on there?
So I didn't want to be the leader, and I felt like, whenever I led the first part of the race, me just being out front, like I said, I thought I was taking care of it, but there towards the end of the run, I mean, I was super sideways. And so, I was glad, I was thankful that Nelson beat me out of the pits. And I just kind of stayed in behind him. And then, we come around and, we passed Wesley and he just tucked in behind us. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to start backing down. And, Nelson started pulling out a little bit. And I just kind of watched my gap behind me in my mirror to Wesley. And I was like, no, if I could just kind of manage this gap, I must be doing something right, because, if he ain't going to pass me, then, we must be babying it together. That way we can try to fight it out at the end of the race. And, so I think, after we all did that pit cycle, there was a huge pack of lap cars. And, I thought that, going to the middle to try to maybe get some air on the nose around, why Nelson went to the bottom, I thought that was going to be a smart move. And it just seemed like my car just got really, really tight in that middle lane. So, I just kind of bided my time in behind Nelson, to get through the lap traffic. And, Wesley went by me and ended up passing Nelson. And I was like, oh my God, he's probably going to drive out to another 2.5 second lead like he did on the first run. And, I mean, like I said, that first run, I mean, whenever he drove out past us, I just kind of watched what he did. And whenever he got by us on that second run, I kind of watched how he arced the corner into 3 and 4. And man, that made a huge difference. I like to enter really, really shallow and try to paint the line. And I think in time, that'll just hurt the right front. But seeing him arc it the way that he was in the 3 and 4, I started doing that same thing, and I just slowly started reeling them in. I didn't want to key up over the radio to kind of be a jerk or whatever, but in my mind, I was playing that Jaws theme music. I was like, man, I'm reeling this guy in, man. I got a fighting chance. And
right.
I knew it was going to be tough. There was one part on exit of 4. I mean, he was right at my right rear quarter panel, man. I was really chomping at the bit, hoping that I could have cleared him on that move.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like whoever was out front could possibly control, their destiny. And I mean, he definitely did. I mean, like I said, I felt like I was better in 1 and 2, but I definitely think that him in 3 and 4, with that high line, I mean, that was just that was going to be tough to beat. I mean, like I said, I about looped it a couple times off of turn 4. I mean, I was trying really, really, really hard. And I don't know, I used to run with these guys, Sim 500, years and years ago. And, Joey kept in touch over the years. And, he'd check in every now and again just to see how things are going, trying to persuade me to come back. And, now I'm back. These guys probably don't remember me from 4 years ago, maybe even longer. But, so I'm coming in with a different mindset, like, I got to earn these guys respect. You know what I mean? Yeah, some of them might remember me, know that I'm a clean racer, but I mean, stuff like that right there. I raced hard with Wesley. We didn't touch, we didn't wreck. I know earlier in the race, me and Tyler Dalton was putting up a pretty good battle. And, me and him kind of touched doors. I mean, that stuff's going to happen.
Right.
That's fun. But I mean, I trust these guys, and, there's times where, I'm going to put it on their door in the corner, just like they're going to put it on my door, but I trust them. And, just to be able to race that hard with these guys and and know that, hey, they're going to do the exact same as me. They're going to keep it clean. I mean, yeah, we're coming to the checkered. I ain't going to lie, man. I wanted that pretty bad. Even though it's just a little preliminary to Monday night, right? But
It still counts.
man, I'm telling you, man, I was chomping at the bit. Like I said, man, my heart was pounding. I was sweating. I wore this flannel. That was a bad mistake. But man, it's all about fun. And I tell you what, people like Joey, I mean, I applaud them to no end, because they put this stuff on for all of us to have a place to call home. Years ago, I used to like running the official series and whatnot. And like Joey says, man, I mean, that's just keyboard warriors, guys chiming in, talking bad about other people, this, that, and the other. So I kind of got away from the official stuff. But, Joey does an amazing job, man. And I mean, he runs a tight ship. Everybody's respectful. I mean, I'm sure later on down the season, I might have a little fiasco with somebody, but it's part of racing. It's going to happen. But man, I just applaud people like him, to put this stuff on. We just come out, have fun, make friends and whatnot, and that's what it's all about, is having fun and making friends. So, God dang, I wanted to beat Wesley so bad, man. If that car just didn't kick sideways a couple times off of 4, maybe I'd been talking to you in victory lane. Maybe, I don't know.
I get it, man. I get it, and I told it was the same thing. I know that this is kind of a preliminary practice for Monday, and this is something that we had the conversation the last season that I called for this, right? But to me, the points and everything in this matter just as much as what you guys do on a Monday. So, it's really cool to see that everybody's just as competitive, and I hope that everybody continues to be just as competitive, because what you do here
absolutely
can transpire to what you do on Monday. The weather could change, anything can happen as far as the dynamic progression of the racetrack, but what you learned today will definitely transpire moving forward. But Mark, much love, man.
I hope so.
It was good. You guys put on a show.
I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Putting on a good show. I mean, I ran some practice in the A fix just to run some laps on Las Vegas, just to kind of see how if the car builds tight, if it builds loose, this, that, and the other. I mean, I don't run these next gen cars all that much, so I really don't know a whole lot about them. So I mean, I put a ton of laps in on the practice side of things in A fixed, and ran a lot of practice laps, little 25 lap stints, in the practice that we had before the race. And, I like I said, I really felt good about things. I mean, I was shocked I figured I was going to have like a top 5 starting spot, but I was shocked when, I put it up front. And, I don't know, I guess when you start up front, it's just kind of hard to manage, cause let's say one guy goes by you, 2 guy goes by you. Now you want to start picking it up a little bit to try to get that spot back. And all you're doing is just wearing your tires out. But like I said, Montesi did an amazing job keeping me honest. And I mean, I thought I was doing a good job, but like I said, towards the end of that first stint, we just fell off a ton. But like I said, getting Wesley out front, learning some things, seeing what he was doing, I mean, it paid dividends. I mean, I felt good about things when I was starting to reel them back in once he got around me. But man,
the last time I called this series, Wesley was the guy to beat. He and the 19. Yeah. So anything you can learn from him is going to be it's going to be what you see out of it, man. But
absolutely.
All right, brother. Well, I'm going to let you have at it. Give you shout outs. Get a P3 finish. I saw Nelson down there. I think he had to jump out, but it's all good, man. Give you shout outs, Ben. Get a P3 finish tonight.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. Y'all for the interview, the broadcast. Like I said, man, Joey, I mean, that's just an amazing individual, man. Like I said, to keep in touch all these years, and here I am, I'm back, man. And I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully by the end of the season, I'm hoisting that big old trophy, champion, got my name on it. Like to thank my big right foot for putting that power down, my hands for steering this bad boy sideways, this, that, and the other, trying like all heck to get up there and battle and win. And just looking forward to Monday nights, man. Tonight was fun. Saw who was fast, learned some things, and hopefully come Monday night, I get those 2 spots better, and we'll see.
It'll be a blast, man. Good luck.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, good luck on Monday for sure.
Thank you.
No problem. 88 comes home, P3, and had a heck of a race. Was the pole sitter as well. Did a phenomenal job of managing and working on it, and what a great time that was. Nelson, much love, man. I'm sorry we got long winded there. We did, and it was a very 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 much a great drive by you as well, Nelson. Much love, brother. Yeah. There's Nelson giving some love. New York. I see he's a Yankees fan according to his what I saw there. his his icon for Discord. So I am a Cardinals fan, but you know, you can't shame against the Yanks. I mean, those guys are awesome. And it was good, man. Ton of fun. A lot of fun. What else? What else can we say? Check on chat real quick. Beyond the Apex, 87 Kevin's last name is pronounced Minapace. I think I got it. I think in the very beginning I was like, you know, I didn't want to screw it up, but I think I got it. And if I did mess it up at all, I do apologize. But I do love doing what we do and helping the best that we can. So, folks, much love. Be good, be safe, be kind to one another. We want to make sure that you guys are taken care of. Congrats to Wesley Donaldson. Thank you to the Sim 500 series. Go to sim500.com. If you want to be a part of the platform that they are putting on fantastic leagues. Of course, thank you to Goat Racing, Diecast, Chuck, and Charles. Really just as a great product out there. I want you to go check it out. And, yeah, thank you to everybody out there. Thank you to just everybody. Y'all are amazing. It's what it is, folks. We will see you tomorrow night for some more Cup Series action, and then we'll be back again every day. We got races every day. Double headers on Thursday. Double features coming on Sundays here again. This is turning into a nice, fun, relaxing day. So be good. We'll see you the next one.